Ayobowan, and welcome! Today we're taking a really deep dive into an absolutely awe-inspiring initiative coming out of the Sri Mudalindaramaya temple in Sri Lanka. We're going to be exploring the project report for the Silamaya Mahadagaba, also known as the Stone Pagoda initiative. And let me tell you, this isn't just your standard construction project, it's literally the breathtaking resurrection of a lost art. When we think about modern construction, we usually think in decades, right? Like if a building lasts a century, we consider it a huge historic triumph. But the ambition here? It's on a completely different scale. The creators aren't building this for our lifetime or even our kids' lifetimes. They're building this for millennia. It totally challenges our everyday understanding of permanence and legacy.
So, that brings us to a massive question. How do you actually build a monument to last thousands of years without using a single drop of modern concrete? It sounds kind of impossible today, doesn't it? I mean, concrete and steel rebar are basically the absolute bedrock of the modern world. But here's the catch. Concrete degrades over centuries, and steel? Well, it rusts and expands. So to pull this off, we have to completely toss out our modern assumptions and look backwards. The answer is actually found in reviving a 2.5 millennia-old architectural secret, a method that survived the relentless test of time, weather, and entire empires.
And the answer is right here. The Silamaya Mahadagaba in Nikawehera, Makulpotha, guided by the incredible vision of Venerable Madahapolawimala Thero. This is designed to be a 100% natural stone monument. Think about that for a second. No steel rebar holding the tension. No poured concrete filling in the gaps. Just pure, masterfully carved stone. The sheer physical weight of this whole endeavor is just staggering. It takes some serious architectural courage to rely entirely on the Earth's natural materials, shaped just by human hands, to create something of this magnitude. It's a true return to the absolute fundamentals of gravity, mass, and masterful geometry.
All right, moving right along to Section 1, Vision and Core Objectives.
There are basically 4 core pillars holding up the philosophy of this project. First up, reviving skills. They're actively bringing traditional stone carvers back to work, making sure these incredibly nuanced, ancient masonry techniques don't just vanish into history. Secondly, we've got a carbon-neutral design. This is absolutely crucial right now. Modern construction is notoriously one of the most polluting industries on Earth. By using pure natural stone, they're building this remarkably eco-friendly structure, meant to withstand natural disasters for millennia without leaving a massive carbon footprint behind. Third, they're creating a global spiritual center, a beautifully tranquil spot meant for deep meditation and healing for visitors from all over the world. And finally, boosting the local economy. A massive project like this takes years, and it's going to seriously elevate the regional economy around Nikawehera through local jobs and sustainable cultural tourism.
Let's dive into Section 2, Architectural and Technical Marvels.
Now this is where things get super cool. We're witnessing 2 vastly different eras colliding to create something totally new. On one side, you have these deeply ancient methods. Because they absolutely refuse to use modern concrete, they're forced to use an ancient interlocking structural tech. It's like a giant puzzle. It relies entirely on the precise geometry of the stones, gravity, friction, and traditional hand carving to keep the heavy structure standing. But on the flip side, they are pairing that ancient wisdom with cutting-edge modern precision. They're actually using state-of-the-art CNC computing and robotic tools to cut these massive granite stones. This gives them a millimeter-perfect exactness that ancient builders could literally only dream of. It's the ultimate hybrid, using robotics and modern processing power to perfectly execute 2,500-year-old engineering principles.
Take a look at the technical blueprint. This shows exactly how that hybrid system holds up under immense pressure. It maps out the crucial load distribution and some seriously complex shear force analysis. See, when you don't have mortar to just glue the stones together, you have to precisely manage the compressive stress hotspots. Basically, you have to calculate exactly where the weight of the stone presses down the hardest. The interlocking joints have to be mathematically perfect to distribute thousands of tons of weight evenly, so the whole thing doesn't just buckle under its own colossal mass. And the material carrying all that weight? It's premium Dembula white natural granite, which is a stone specifically renowned for being incredibly dense and basically indestructible.
46, that is the magic number to remember here. This monument will reach a towering total height of 46 feet.
To put that into perspective for you, imagine a structure roughly the height of a 4 to 5-story building, but made entirely of solid interlocking rock. It'll be built on a massive 50-foot base diameter, acting as an unshakable foundation, and inside it's going to encase a breathtaking 44-foot inner chamber. Let me tell you, when you stand at the base of this, the sheer scale and that overwhelming physical weight of the granite is truly going to make you feel the monumental nature of what they are achieving. Now, the absolute crown jewel of any Dagaba is its pinnacle, known as the Dagaba Kota. The engineering on this piece alone is just stunning. It stands 3 feet tall in total. The base is a 2-foot gilded brass lotus holder, elegantly crafted, which is then topped by a 1-foot faceted crystal finial. What's so amazing here is the deliberate contrast. You have this incredibly heavy, brutalist granite base, rising 46 feet into the sky, crowned by this delicate, highly engineered brass and crystal peak. And it's not just there to look pretty. It is meticulously engineered to be fully waterproof, UV protected, and highly resistant to intense winds. It's truly a shining beacon built to outlast the harshest elements.
Okay, let's shift gears and look at Section 3, Project Budget Breakdown.
38,745,000 Sri Lankan rupees. That is the carefully estimated comprehensive total cost to bring the Silamaya Mahadagawa to the finish line. Now, I know when you hear a number like that, it sounds massive, but we've got to frame this in its proper context. Pulling off a meticulously engineered giant stone structure designed to stand strong for multiple millennia, for that specific amount, that is an absolutely incredible feat of focused resource management. It represents immense value for a legacy that's going to transcend generations.
The allocation of these funds is broken down into 5 key slices, which ensures absolute transparency. $13.5 million goes directly to materials, which heavily involves the super complex process of quarrying and moving that massive Dambula white granite. Then $10.5 million goes to labor, directly supporting the livelihoods of the master sculptors and skilled masons bringing this to life. $6 million is set aside for the advanced CNC tech and robotics needed for that millimeter-perfect precision we talked about earlier. $4.5 million covers vital geoengineering to make sure the earthly foundation is rock solid. And finally, $4.25 million covers project management and a 5% contingency fund. That contingency is actually a crucial little detail. It shows the leadership is highly pragmatic, properly planning for unexpected material price bumps rather than just being blindly idealistic.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 4, the leadership team.
A project with this exceptional level of technical, historical, and financial rigor obviously needs exceptional oversight. The project is directed by Venerable Madahapolawimala Jyoti Thero, making sure the core spiritual and administrative goals are flawlessly met every step of the way. Partnering right alongside him is Chief Technical Sculptor Mr. Nishanta Ratnayaka. Now, Mr. Ratnayaka is a veteran artist bringing literally decades of highly specialized, traditional temple carving expertise straight to the site. This creates an incredibly powerful synergy. You've got this visionary spiritual leadership seamlessly combined with grounded, traditional, masterful craftsmanship. Together, they are bridging the gap between an ethereal spiritual vision and a deeply rooted, tangible reality.
Let's move to our final section, Section 5, Building a Lasting Legacy.
So how is this profound legacy actually managed for the people contributing? Well, the project team guarantees absolute accountability through a really meticulous 3-step process. First, primary financial contributors will actually have their names carved directly into the permanent stone of the donor wall. I mean, think about how incredibly rare it is today to have your name permanently etched into a natural stone monument built to last thousands of years. It definitely elevates this far beyond a standard fundraiser. Second, donors receive rigorous monthly financial audits along with stunning 4K progress videos so you see exactly how and where your contribution is physically shaping the stone. And third, you get a special, honored invitation to the global opening ceremony to personally witness the historic consecration of the Dagaga.
For anyone out there inspired to become a part of this historic timeline, secure official channels are locked in. The project accepts transfers via the Bank of Ceylon Kumbu Gate branch. Whether you're locally based in Sri Lanka or part of the vast international diaspora, using the provided SWIFT code means your pathway to contribute is direct, totally secure, and officially vetted by the organizing committee. It's a completely transparent process designed from the ground up to build absolute trust with every single supporter. I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. As we've explored today, the Silamaya Mahadagaba is vastly more than just an architectural marvel. It's a profound testament to human devotion, a breathtaking revival of ancient ingenuity, and honestly, a bold declaration of future endurance. So the question I have for you is this:
Will you help carve a spiritual legacy in solid stone for generations to come? Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible exploration today.